a dance music megastar, a fabled fortune, a string of gorgeous girlfriends, 2 bottles of whiskey a night, and a heart that one day just stopped beating. In today's video, you will find out exactly how Calvin Harris came this close to death and decided enough was enough. I'm also going to show you the incredible lifestyle that he's built for himself after sobering up. You will not want to miss today's video. And ladies and gentlemen, just before we get into Calvin Harris's story, if you want my personal help stopping drinking, where we help you reframe the way you view alcohol using something called first principles thinking, please click the link in the description and you can book a call. You and I can jump on a quick call together and see if the Sober Clear program could be a good match for you. If you want more details, click the link in the description, watch one of the videos, or head over to soberclear.com. And now back to the video. Meet Adam Wiles, aka Calvin Harris. From humble beginnings, posting tracks on his MySpace page, Harris has gone on to become one of the most commercially successful DJs and record producers of all time. After 2 well-received first albums, it was his third attempt, 2012's 18 Months, which propelled him to international superstardom. Featuring such dance floor anthems as Bounce and We Found Love, the album and the singles it spawned would go on to break several commercial records and make Harris a household name worldwide. As one critic described it, all of the album's tracks were, quote, vying to be the tune you most wanted to be dancing to when the realization hits that you're out, the night is young, and everything is brilliant. Harris has since gone on to release numerous other successful hits and establish himself as arguably the top DJ in the world. Now, all of this success has made Harris a very wealthy man. A regular fixture on the Forbes highest earning celebrity list, his net worth is in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Along with the fame and fortune, Harris has also enjoyed the company of many beautiful women throughout the years. The 38-year-old has been romantically linked to singers Taylor Swift and Ellie Goulding, Russian model Anne Vyacheslava, and was recently engaged to British DJ Vicky Hope. Hope, now 32, reportedly turned him down the first time he asked her out, fully 13 years earlier. As they say, nothing worth having comes easy. In early 2022, Harris put up his luxurious 10-bedroom Beverly Hills mansion for sale at a whopping asking price of $25 million and splashed out on a 138-hectare farm in Ibiza. I may be pronouncing this incorrectly, but Terra Mazia is billed as the largest organic farm on the island, boasting a range of organic vegetables, eggs and wine. It also hosts special events like weddings. Now, the 38-year-old superstar reportedly spends most of his time on the farm along with his fiancée. In a 2009 interview with the BBC, Harris would declare that his party days were largely over and that he had stopped drinking. When asked why he stopped, his answer was very simple. Quote, "I stopped drinking because it actually was making me ill. It was affecting my brain in the worst way." Harris would go on to lament the drinking culture of the DJ world, where bountiful quantities of alcohol were a permanent fixture. Quote, "Everywhere you go, there's a bottle of Jack Daniels. If you turn up for a DJ set, there are 2. You turn up for a band gig and there are 6. Where does it all go? Well, someone's got to drink it. That's the problem. It has got to leave the venue. They can't be left with booze. That's not the done thing. It ends up going back to the bus, and what do? Go to bed or drink it? Well, you drink it." It appears that Harris's decision to stop drinking did not last, and at some point after that interview, he started drinking again. In late 2014, the DJ abruptly pulled out of a scheduled performance at the MTV European Music Awards. In a tweet to his followers, the star announced that he had some issues with his heart and was returning home to address them. Though widely publicized at the time, the event was soon forgotten, and no further details were leaked to the public. A few years later, in 2018, Harris would open up about the events of 2014, revealing that he had been diagnosed with a dangerous irregular heartbeat. The irregularity eventually threatened to take his life, and Harris would end up being resuscitated at the ER after his heart completely gave out. From some of the comments around that time, we know that by 2014, Harris's drinking had gotten really bad, and it was very likely responsible for his heart issues. Here's what he tweeted in a reply to one of his followers. "The last thing I want to do is down 2 bottles of Jack Daniels a night, live on Greg's pasties, and sleep on an absolutely stinking bus all year, scream down a mic for 55 minutes, and pretend to play a keyboard 5 times a week. Those days are behind me, son." In another tweet, the star confirmed that he had not touched alcohol nor had had an arrhythmia in 4 years. Harris's health scare, an irregular heartbeat caused by excessive alcohol consumption, is actually a relatively common phenomenon. Alcohol is toxic to the heart and upsets the electrophysiological environment of the heart cells. sometimes to the extent of inducing an irregular heartbeat. Doctors used to call this holiday heart after noticing it often affected people returning from binge drinking holidays. The scientific medical term is atrial fibrillation, and as we just saw, it can have life-threatening consequences. To develop atrial fibrillation, you do not even have to be a chronic drinker. It can even be triggered by short bouts of binge drinking in so-called social drinkers. Fortunately, it will typically resolve on its own after cessation of alcohol. If the person keeps on drinking, however, it can turn into a chronic problem, requiring sustained medical intervention. And ladies and gentlemen, if you click the video on the screen now, you can learn 3 secrets to getting in control of your drinking.